When you see videos like this online, it is from people who are frugal penny pinchers trying to shame you for spending money. When the honest truth is, if they had money, they would buy the exact same things that they're advising you not to buy. Oh, don't spend $5 a day on your Starbucks coffee. Dumb. Anyways, I am making this video because a lot of you guys know I budget $2.5 million a year to just spend. I have a rule that I have to spend 20 to 30% of my income, and that percentage will go up as I actually get older, more in my late 20s, early 30s, because I feel as though if I'm not going to spend money then, well then when am I going to spend money? And at least get that level of enjoyment from it. Because I'm only 22, you know, I'm still relatively young. I try to be a little bit more on the safe side. But my safe side still means that I spend millions and millions of dollars a year. So I am making this video as someone who has pretty much bought everything and can buy anything. So when I tell you to avoid these 7 things, listen to me. Okay. Now there'll be some things on this list where it doesn't matter how much money you make. You can make 300 million a year. You should still never ever do it, just out of principle and because it's just bad things to buy. But a lot of people who are even broke still buy these things. Then there are a few things on this list where if you make over $1 million a year in your 20s and 30s, then honestly just spend the money. Like it doesn't matter. You have enough financial abundance in your life. Congratulations, you're not only financially free, you're financially abundant. So just spend that money. For the other 99% of people watching this that don't make $1 million a year, avoid these things. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing to avoid buying in your 20s are business class and first class flights. Now, before you crucify me, listen, business class and first class tickets really are one of the best things to spend money on when you have real financial abundance. And let's say you're traveling for business or for an event, you know, something where you need to be sharp, you know, you need to be performing well the day or the day after you land. Well, then for sure, fly long haul business or even first class, 100%. But the thing is, especially when you're flying for personal use, that means you can't write it off as a business expense. And then the next question you need to ask yourself is you got to start comparing. Let's say you're flying to Bali and you spend $6,000 on return business class tickets, and it's $1,200 for economy tickets. For the extra $4,800 that you're saving, what amazing, beautiful experiences could you have in Bali? I mean, for $4,800, that pretty much, you can live a pretty good life for a month, even 2 months in Bali. You know, spending money on business and first class tickets is totally worth it until you compare the benefit from that compared to the benefit that you could get when you actually arrive at your destination, you know, all the extra money you could spend there. I mean, let's say you're doing a 6-hour flight from London to Dubai and you save $3,500 by going in economy instead. Well, then the first thing that you do when you arrive back in London is you go to the Apple store and you buy yourself $3,500 worth or pounds worth of, you know, a new computer, maybe a new phone, maybe some AirPods, like whatever you want. So when you kind of imagine that, because I know, you know, you think about the long haul economy and you know how nice it is to get the little amenity kit in business class, and coming from someone who spends a lot of money, I can tell you it does make sense, but not when you compare it to what you could spend that money on instead. And the last thing that I will say about this is I know I have a very successful audience. So a lot of you might be making 300 grand a year, 400 grand a year, and you want to fly business class just to get that first experience and that first taste of it. Be very careful. This is a word of caution, because once you fly business long haul once, you can't go back. That's it. That is an expense for the rest of your life. It is almost impossible to go back to economy after that. So just bear that in mind. Try to extend your first business or first class long haul flight as long as you humanly can, because as I said, there's much better ways to spend your money. The next thing to avoid in your 20s is